I thought Angel Reese was a big deal. I thought she was a box office draw. According to her pretend friends in the mainstream media, Angel Reese is a huge star.
Angel Reese just had a complete meltdown, and it's all because sponsors are running away from her faster than she misses layups. We're talking about a signature shoe deal that might be dead in the water, a team that can't win games, and now she's lashing out at Caitlin Clark like it's somehow Clark's fault that nobody wants to watch Angel play basketball. This is about to get messy, so stick around, because what I'm about to show you will blow your mind.
That just tells you everything that we've been telling you. This is just confirmation. And what's hilarious is this is confirmation from the people that want to pay the money. Sponsors. Oh man, Angel Reese fans are gonna be pissed.
What's up, everybody? Your boy is back with another banger, and today we need to talk about Angel Reese, because this woman is having the worst month of her professional career, and honestly, it's kind of hilarious to watch. So, here's what's happening. Angel Reese is supposed to be this big star, right? At least that's what the mainstream media keeps telling us. But here's the thing, the people who actually matter, the sponsors who have to cut the checks, they're telling us a completely different story. And that story is that Angel Reese might not be the draw everyone thought she was. Now, before we dive into this absolute train wreck, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe, because the content we're bringing you is exactly the type of stuff that gets people heated in the comments. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next, because this situation is getting wilder by the day. Let's start with the obvious problem. Angel Reese cannot make a layup to save her life. I'm not even exaggerating here. This woman has turned the most basic shot in basketball into some kind of advanced physics problem. Her field goal percentage is sitting at 44.4%, which sounds okay until you realize that most of her shots are literally right under the basket.
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me get real serious real quick. Angel, come on.
Think about that for a second. Professional basketball players usually make layups at like 70 to 80% clip. Angel Reese has somehow managed to turn a gimme shot into a coin flip. There's literally a dude on TikTok who makes compilation videos of her missing layups. And it's the funniest content on the internet right now. He'll post Angel Reese part 36, and it's just her going up for another layup and missing again.
This was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this.
Reversal with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
Are you serious, guys? Look at this. Look at this.
But here's where it gets really good. Angel Reese had this master plan, right? She was going to unveil her Reebok signature shoe during the All-Star game. She had it all figured out. Caitlin Clark would be there as co-captain, bringing in massive viewership, and Angel would steal the spotlight with her shoe debut. This is the part that kills me. Angel Reese has built her entire brand around attaching herself to Caitlin Clark. Every single opportunity she gets, she finds a way to make it about Clark. She's been riding Clark's coattails since college, and now she's trying to use Clark's star power to sell her own shoes. The woman has no shame about it either. But then the basketball gods decided to have some fun. Caitlin Clark gets injured right before the All-Star game. Groin injury, can't play. And just like that, Angel's perfectly planned marketing moment goes up in smoke. The timing couldn't have been worse for someone who had been planning this moment for months.
Angel Reese 100% has benefited from attaching herself to Caitlin Clark at every single turn. She used Caitlin Clark as promo. Now with Reebok, she's using. This is nonstop. She has attached herself to Caitlin Clark at every single turn, and she has benefited.
The irony here is absolutely beautiful. Angel Reese, who spends all her time talking about how she's Clark's equal, suddenly realizes that she needs Clark's presence to make her own moment matter. Without Clark on the court, nobody cared about the All-Star game, and Angel's shoe debut fell flatter than her jump shot. The viewership numbers don't lie. Without Clark playing, the audience dropped significantly. Angel showed up talking about taking over Indiana, and there were like 15 fans there. 15, and half of them were wearing Caitlin Clark merchandise instead of Angel Reese gear. She's talking about taking over, and I'm like, take over what? The empty seats? Now Angel is absolutely furious, and sources are saying she's directing all that anger at Caitlin Clark, like it's somehow Clark's fault that she got injured at an inconvenient time for Angel's marketing campaign. The audacity is unreal. Imagine being mad at someone for getting hurt because it ruined your photo op.
Take over your trap. I mean, who's she talking about right there? Because Clark takes over every single trap she goes to. In fact, they gotta expand the trap so she can take over more real estate. Every single place she goes to. I mean, there is zero argument to possibly be made that she isn't the biggest attraction, the one that brings the most attention, whatever. It's not even worth talking about.
But wait, it gets worse. Angel's own body decided to join the conspiracy against her. She suffers a back injury and has to sit out multiple games. The Chicago Sky, who were already struggling, go on an 8-game losing streak. They're sitting at 8-21, which is absolutely pathetic for a team that's supposed to have a star player. Here's what's really funny though. Sky fans are starting to call Angel out. They're saying she sat out the game before the All-Star break, played in the All-Star game, then played one more game, and suddenly her back is hurting again. The timing is suspicious, and even her own fans are starting to notice. Don't get mad at me. The Sky fans are bringing this up, not me. For Reebok, this has to be a nightmare. Imagine being a brand executive watching your signature athlete miss layups on national television while commentators are literally laughing at her performance. We've got announcers trying not to crack up on live TV because Angel Reese is out there looking like a baby giraffe trying to play basketball. I watched one game where she missed the same layup like 4 times in a row. The commentators were laughing. Then they realized they were on live TV and tried to get serious real quick. Oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me get real serious. It was embarrassing for everyone involved.
Sponsors assured him Clark coming to his organization would rake in cash hand over fist. But, quote, they didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese. She's not the draw, folks. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Quote, I don't know if we can make that same offer. Cube initially sent the offer Clark's way when she was an Iowa Hawkeye.
Shaq brought Angel Reese to Reebok because he thought she could help grow the brand. But here's the problem. You can't build a brand around someone who's better known for missing shots than making them. Angel Reese is the queen of going after rebounds off her own missed shots. It's like watching a 3-year-old try to shoot on a Fisher-Price hoop. The signature shoe was supposed to represent grit and glamour. The Diamond Dust colorway was meant to embody her dual nature as athlete and cultural icon. Instead, it's becoming a symbol of poor decision-making and worse timing. Industry insiders are already questioning whether Reebok might be having second thoughts about their investment. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here breaking records and driving unprecedented growth in women's basketball. The contrast couldn't be more obvious. While Angel is missing layups and watching her team lose games, Clark is filling arenas and getting people excited about women's basketball.
The Fever have whooped the Sky basically every time they've played them. And did everybody forget about Barbie night last year, where Clark and the Fever went in there and she was signing pink towels and stuff?
But here's the most telling part of this whole situation. When Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were supposed to face off recently, ticket prices dropped from $100 to $5 when Clark got injured and couldn't play. $5. That tells you everything you need to know about who people actually want to watch. Caitlin Clark is the reason people are tuning into women's basketball. Angel Reese? The only time people watch her is when someone posts her low-light reels on social media. She's become a meme, and not the good kind. She's unintentionally providing comedy content for the entire internet. At this point, I'm starting to think Angel Reese might be the worst player whose name we actually know. She calls herself the most important player in the WNBA, but she can't make basic shots, her team can't win games, and sponsors are backing away from her. Math isn't mathing here. The psychological impact of watching her carefully planned marketing campaign crumble has clearly gotten to her. She's lashing out at Caitlin Clark like it's Clark's fault that Angel can't perform when it matters. But that's not how professional sports work. You can't blame other people for your own shortcomings.
Great ideas, wants to bring in talent to grow Reebok and have people wear it again because no one does. So one of his genius decisions was this. Fucking signing her, Angel Reese. If you don't know who she is, she's the queen of fish out of water going after a rebound that she shot herself and can get in the net ever. She reminds me of a 3-year-old shooting on those little kids' nets and throwing the ball and just completely missing the mark.
What makes this even more pathetic is that Angel had everything mapped out. She coordinated with Reebok's marketing team to ensure maximum exposure during what should have been the league's most watched event. But without Clark's star power, the whole thing fell apart. The broader implications here are significant too. Women's basketball has been experiencing unprecedented growth, largely because of players like Caitlin Clark, who bring skill and excitement to the game. But when marquee players like Angel Reese are providing low-light reels instead of highlights, it damages the sport's progress. For Angel personally, this represents a perfect storm of failure. She positioned herself as Clark's rival, someone who could generate similar levels of excitement and commercial interest. Instead, she's proven that without Clark's star power, nobody really cares about Angel Reese. The Reebok deal was supposed to validate her status as a star. Instead, it's becoming a cautionary tale about the importance of performance backing up personality. All the social media presence and cultural impact in the world can't compensate for missing layups on national television.
You know, in the past, when I said things like Angel Reese is not a good basketball player, I think I spoke too soon. At this point, I've come to realize that Angel Reese, the self-appointed most important player in the WNBA, is not a bad player. She may be the worst player, at least whose name we ask.
Angel's relationship with her teammates is also telling. Great players inspire loyalty and respect. When I watch Angel get knocked down, her teammates walk, not run, walk, to help her up. That tells you everything about how she's perceived in that locker room. The financial implications extend beyond just the shoe deal. Angel's entire brand strategy was built around being basketball's next big star. But personality without performance is just noise. And in professional sports, noise doesn't move merchandise or fill arenas.
Boy, to get popped by 40 at home. Now I'm seeing the Sky fans. It's some Sky fans going to Angel Reese. Sky fans is going to Angel Reese. And I didn't even think about this. Okay, so Angel Reese, you sat out the game before the All-Star game. Then you played in the All-Star game. Then you played one game and said, okay, your back is hurting. Now you're not playing again. I don't know. Look, the Sky fans is bringing it up, not me. They bringing it up. Look, don't get mad at me.
Looking ahead, Angel's signature shoe launch in 2026 now carries additional weight. It will serve as a referendum on whether she can transform from a player known for missing shots into one worthy of signature footwear. The Diamond Dust colorway will need to represent a complete transformation. But here's the real question. Can Angel Reese actually improve her game enough to justify the faith that Reebok showed in her? Or will she remain trapped in this cycle of missed opportunities? Both literally and figuratively, the clock is ticking, and so far, the signs aren't promising. The irony is that she had everything she claimed to want. A major endorsement deal, signature shoe line, and national platform. But the one thing she needed most was something she couldn't control. Caitlin Clark's health and availability for the moment she had orchestrated. As Angel sits on the sideline nursing her back injury and watching her brand moment become a cautionary tale, maybe she's learning that you can't build lasting success on someone else's star power. Real stars create their own moments. They don't depend on their rivals to make them relevant. What do you think? Is Angel Reese's career over before it really began? Or can she turn this around? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is far from over. If you enjoyed this breakdown of one of the biggest fails in recent sports marketing history, smash that like button and subscribe for more content that brings you the stories everyone's talking about.